In tonight's big story breakdown, we are diving into Operation Guardian. The Oklahoma Commissioner of Public Safety says he plans to speak with the Trump administration Thursday about this program.
This is focused on deporting incarcerated illegal immigrants out of the state. And Fox 25's David Chazanoff joining us now. David, what does the commissioner hope to accomplish in the conversation?
Wendy, Commissioner Tim Tipton here at DPS says he wants Oklahoma to be prepared to work with the Trump administration, immigration officials, ICE, and Homeland Security.
People who live here, legally or illegally, are expected to obey and follow the law.
Oklahoma Public Safety Commissioner Tim Tipton says Governor Stitt has 4 priorities on Operation Guardian. The first one being deporting illegal immigrants who are currently in the custody of the Oklahoma Department of Corrections.
That vetting process for anybody who's in custody right now will take the type of crime they committed, where they at in their sentence, looking for the fairness that justice has been served, but also removing them from the country as promptly as is practical.
Tipton says he also wants to find undocumented immigrants who finished their jail sentence here in Oklahoma and deport them.
In the past, what would have happened is when that person was going to get released from custody, there would be an ICE detainer put on them, and the federal government would come and pick them up once their sentence was served. In the last 4 years, that hasn't been happening at the federal level. So now we kind of have a backlog of people that we need to look at.
Tipton mentions he's looking forward to working with the new administration and federal officials to put people into ICE custody and deport them.
It's important that the federal government secure our borders so they don't get deported and then come right back in.
He says he's also concerned about the 400,000 juveniles that have been released into the United States over the past 4 years.
Right now, the federal government can't tell us their condition, where they're at, who they're with. And we would only imagine that some of those children could potentially be in Oklahoma.
So this program certainly has several different aspects to it, and I asked Tipton if he has any message for folks who may think this program is anti-immigrant. He told me he strictly thinks of this as a public safety standpoint kind of situation. And you can watch that full interview on our website right now, okcfox.com. Reporting live in Oklahoma City, David Chazanoff, Fox 25 News.
There's many questions about how Governor Kevin Stitt's Operation Guardian plan will impact undocumented immigrants in custody.
Fox 25's Christina Santiago tells us there could be some legal challenges if this program follows through.
Governor Kevin Stitt's Operation Guardian claims it can save taxpayers money at least $36,000 a day per inmate. Commissioner Tipton says right now Oklahoma taxpayers are paying to keep illegal immigrants incarcerated because the Biden administration has refused to enforce the law. This must end now. I look forward to working with law enforcement throughout the state as well as the Department of Corrections to enforce a zero-tolerance policy for crimes committed by illegal immigrants. But for individuals in local jails often awaiting trial for serious criminal charges, legal experts say the deportation process under Stitt's plan might be more complex.
Whether you're in a local jail or a state prison, custody has to be given over to ICE in order for you to be deported. And in Oklahoma specifically, I know that there are 3 counties that have a 287G agreement with ICE, which essentially deputizes folks in that sheriff's office or in those facilities to sort of act as cut out the middleman and sort of act as ICE officers to some extent while they're transferring custody over.
Under the 287G jail enforcement model, local law enforcement officials can assist ICE by serving warrants and transferring undocumented individuals directly into federal custody.
So what I often see in Tulsa County, Okmulgee, is as soon as somebody either posts a bond or is released because they were found not guilty or they finished their sentence, whatever it may be, ICE generally has 48 hours to pick them up or take custody.
Immigration advocates are also concerned about how the plan might impact those who face serious criminal charges in local jails and whether legal challenges could follow.
Hard to know whether and what legal challenges might be brought without seeing a detailed plan for this operation. What I do know is that we have a lot of fierce advocates for migrant rights here in Oklahoma.
On the state's website, Stitt makes it clear that he supports President-elect Donald Trump's mass deportation plan, saying, quote, as law and order returns to the White House, Oklahoma will lead the charge with a comprehensive plan to deport those who have committed crimes in Oklahoma while in the country illegally.
And that was Christina Santiago reporting. Governor Kevin Stitt has issued a statement addressing Operation Guardian. He says that hundreds of illegal immigrants sit in Oklahoma prisons for crimes completely unrelated to their unlawful presence, costing our taxpayers millions. But that's going to change real soon, all thanks to President Trump's immigration agenda. Illegal border crossings did drop to their lowest level of the Biden administration in November. New data from Customs and Border Protection reports 94,000 encounters at the southern border that month. That's down roughly 12,000 from October and well short of the peak over 300,000 last December. The Biden administration has tightened clamps on illegal immigration amid political pressure. President-elect Trump vows to be more aggressive and threatens mass deportations of those already in the country without permission.
Congress vowed to move quickly on President-elect Donald Trump's promises, and they started today.
Fox 25's national reporter Matt Galka tells us the Laken-Riley Act is likely the first of many immigration bills on his agenda.
The House passed the Laken-Riley Act Tuesday, nearly a year after the Georgia nursing student was killed by an undocumented immigrant. The bill allows Immigration and Customs Enforcement to arrest and possibly deport undocumented immigrants charged with theft. Riley's killer, Jose Ibarra, had previous charges, including shoplifting, but remained in the country. Ibarra was sentenced to life in prison for the murder. It's the first of likely many immigration bills under the Republican trifecta and incoming Donald Trump administration.
I got elected because of the border the first time, and I think I got elected largely because of the border the third time.
Criminal illegal aliens, yet people keep writing undocumented whatever. Criminal illegal aliens at the expense of law-abiding Americans, it's no longer going to be tolerated.
48 Democrats joined Republicans in voting for the legislation. The bill had passed the House in 2024, but was not given a vote in the then Democrat-controlled Senate. New Republican Senate Majority Leader John Thune has indicated his chamber will move quickly on immigration bills.
We want to work with them to ensure that we have a safe and secure southern border where people don't have the incentive structure they have today, which is essentially come to this country and we will wave you in.
Pennsylvania Democratic Senator John Fetterman became the first Democrat to co-sponsor the Laken-Riley Act in that chamber. He joins 50 Republicans and also hails from a state that Trump won in November. A spokesperson for Michigan Democratic Senator Gary Peters confirmed he'd be supporting the bill too. Michigan also went for Trump in 2024. The Senate could take up the bill as early as the end of this week. It'll need 60 votes to pass there, meaning eyes will be on Democrats, especially the ones from states that Trump won. Reporting in Washington, I'm Matt Galka.
Representative Stephanie Bice is supporting the House decision on passing the Laken-Riley Act today. In a statement posted on X, she says no family should have to go through what Laken's has. And the House of Republicans are working to protect American communities and prevent threats from violent illegal migrants. Senator Mark Wayne Mullen also in favor of the Laken-Riley Act. In a statement, Mullen says that the act is a 100% common sense bill to save American lives from illegal migrants who have violent criminal records.
And that was your big story breakdown tonight. You can learn more about Operation Guardian and the Laken-Riley Act on OKCFox.com.
Plus, you can check out all of our previous big story breakdowns on our YouTube page. Just go to OKC Fox.